I want to talk a little bit about EQ this morning. So there's two places that you can have EQ. One of them is under settings and more settings. See the global equalizer. In the other video I showed we could be flat, which is good. The default really boosts that bass. So for me, I want flat. I played around a little bit with cutting the guitar. Now, why would I cut frequencies on my guitar? A guitar has a natural frequency range, I think somewhere around 80 to 100 hertz up through 5 to 6K. You can get overtones and harmonics, and some of your effects sounds, of course, go above that. But if you're putting your guitar into a mix, if you're recording with drums, cymbals, a bass guitar, keyboards, you don't want the frequencies of your guitar stepping all over the other instruments. So what we normally would do is in like the speaker cab of a guitar is going to already be focused. It's already going to produce in that range. Well, with a modeler, it'll go all the way down to 20 hertz, all the way up as high as you want it. That'll give you, if it's too many high frequencies, you get a lot of fizz. If it's too low, it could be boomy, muddy, and unfocused. So you could use the global EQ, like I have on the screen here, to cut the highs. You see I've got 74 pulled down because we don't have a 6,000 or an 8,000 band. So the best one we have is 74. So I can roll that off. I can pick the 125 and roll that off, and that's great. But what happens if I do that is this EQ affects everything. So now my cymbals are not going to be as bright. The improv tracks, or if you're recording into your DAW, not going to be as bright. So I probably want to just leave that flat. Again, that's my personal taste. So if I go back into my rig, I've added an EQ, and so in this EQ you can use it to give your guitar more focus, which will help it sit in the mix better, or even make it sound better when you're just playing with backing tracks. And so you see the bands that we have. We don't have the exact frequencies that we want to use, but I can take this 100, cut it around 5 or 6 dB. That'll help get some of the boominess out of there. Can roll off 6.4K. That'll help start bringing down those crisp highs, everything that makes your guitar kind of fizzy. Now you notice on the 1.6 here, I've got a boost around 2, 3.2, I've got a boost around 2. I like to do that generally in the 2K and 4K bands, sort of narrow. I like to boost them up a little bit. It allows my guitar to have a little more cut in the mix, and kind of brightens it up without going overboard, because those two, the 2K and the 4K, are the ones that just kind of give it that presence. So anyway, I've done that. So if I go to my backing tracks, and warning, I'm not a shredder, not a great guitarist, so for you beginners, this ought to make you feel better about your own playing. But if I go to blues and pick a slow blues, I'm going to turn it down just a hair so I can hear my guitar. I'm going to go back to my rig. I'm going to bring this EQ in and out and see if we can hear a difference. Let's start with it off. subtle. It's not anything over the top. If I want to give it a little bit more, I can bring my level up on my EQ. If I do that, you need to watch your output level up on the top right. We don't want to get that into the red because then we'll start getting clipping. Flattens it just a little bit, having that out of there. Anyway, that's what EQ can do for you. Trying to remember if there's anything I wanted to say about it. But I'd encourage you just to play around with it, see if you can make subtle changes that'll brighten you up and make it sound better. Anyway, that's some EQ tips for you.